Roccia is here and she is top tier. Well, not according to Pridewin, she isn't, but is that really the case? In this video, I'll go over how to properly build her, and I'm gonna showcase her in action against the tower and against overall bosses, overall all that good stuff. Without further ado, let's just get started. First, let's take a look at my build. I'm using Celestial Spiral. Roccia's best weapons are obviously her signature and the 5-star basic weapon, standard weapon, but Celestial Spiral comes in at number 3 and is an F2P weapon, even though you need to gacha in order to get it. But luckily for you, if you go to the banners, you'll see this weapon is on rate up on her signature weapon banner and on Jinshi's banner. So you can simply do some pulls and hope to get it. What is the worst that can happen? You get her signature weapon early. Lucky dog. But yeah. Otherwise, I would suggest using any other 4-star weapon. They are pretty much equal in terms of performance. My personal favorite, if you don't have Celestial Spiral, is obviously the Battle Pass weapon that comes with crit rate, and in some cases it might even outperform Celestial Spiral, and I'll tell you why in a second. Now for echoes, I am using the Midnight Veil set. Obviously this works the best with her, and because I plan to use her to support Camille. If Chameleon, I don't know why I keep calling her Camille. If you are using Roccia in order to buff a basic attack user that is not Havoc, like Anchor maybe, then you can simply use Moonlight Cloud set. And honestly, if you don't have Roccia's signature weapon or the 5-star standard weapon, I would advise using the Moonlight Cloud, because sacrificing some of Roccia's already gimped personal damage for more damage for your DPS is worth it in my opinion, but understand if you want to play with the new toys. In terms of stats, I am using crit rate on my forecast, and this is non-negotiable. You need to have crit rate on this one or you'll suffer. Obviously, I'm looking for crit rate and crit damage. I did not get lucky on those ones. And heavy attack damage bonus wherever you can, and attack percent again wherever you can. I have attack percent on my own 1-cost echo, but I have energy regen on my 3-cost echo. And that is because I could not otherwise get to the breakpoint. Roccia needs at least 30% energy regen in order to properly use her rotation. Otherwise you are not getting her liberation. Her concerto gain will not be enough. You'll have to stay more on the field using basic attacks to generate it. Overall it turns into an entire mess. And here is where Roccia is a very big issue to build, because she also needs 70% crit rate. Because of her liberation, in order to get the maximum amount of attack, you will need 70% crit rate with Roccia at least. And if you don't have either her signature or Stonard, who come with crit rate substat, this will be an insane task. This is why I said that Stonard in some cases is better than Celestial Spiral, and is personally my favorite if it was not a Battle Pass weapon. Because look, my echoes all have crit rate, and it's 7.5% crit rate on almost all of them, but I still am not able to get to that breakpoint. You will need to have at least 8.4% crit rate on every single one of your echoes in order to get to 70%, which is insane, especially when you consider you need also 30% energy regen in terms of substats. How do you even get that without her signature or the Battle Pass weapon? You will need to hit the jackpot in order to do something like that. But yeah, there is also the second option, using Shorekeeper. Shorekeeper provides a 12% crit rate, and with Roccia this will basically assure she'll always reach this target of 70% even if you are to get minimum rolls on crit rate. So yeah, you'll have to basically marry Shorekeeper to Roccia in order for this to work, but it does. If you don't have Shorekeeper though, you'll probably be in the same situation as me. You'll need to make one of the 3-cost echo to be on energy regen. Now for skills, I kept my normal attack and intro at 6. Low investment, it's a low damage increase, but it's worth it. And I'm planning to raise my liberation for the circuit and resonance skill to 10, because those are the bulk of her damage. In terms of sequences, her sequence 1 is worthless. That's pretty much it. Her resonance skill providing more imagination is worthless since you'll already have enough from her basic rotation, and the same is with Concerto. You'll have no issue gaining enough Concerto if you are using her Liberation every rotation, and you must use her Liberation every rotation. The only good thing here is the immunity to interruptions, as I'm going to show you a case of skill issue without this, but outside of that, I simply will not bother getting it. The second sequence is simply a 40% havoc damage bonus to basically your entire team, which is very nice, you know, don't misunderstand me. It's a very nice increase, but you have to consider you need to go through her first sequence to get here, which is simply not worth it in my opinion. If it was the first sequence, the things will be different, but not as it is. Her third sequence is a 10% crit rate and 30% crit damage increase, which, for real, are you for real? Is this actually the third sequence? The only purpose of this sequence, honestly, is to make sure Roccia can get to 70% even without the signature or without Shorekeeper. But at this point, just get Shorekeeper or the weapon. It will cost you a lot less than if you are to go for another copy of Roccia. Her fourth sequence is a damage increase to her Mamma Mia's, which is good, but don't forget she's a sub-DPS. You would rather have this sequence on DPSs, and the same is the case with the fifth, which improves her Resonant Liberation. And again, if you are to go for sequences that improve attack, you should go for those on DPSs. And the sixth sequence is where all things come together, because this basically turns Roccia in a DPS. With this sequence, her basic attacks Real Fantasy ignore 60% of defense, but more important, and unless I am reading this completely wrong, she can use her Mamma Mia's infinitely. She will go to infinity and beyond. She will simply be able to spam them, and there will be no constraint on stopping her. But don't forget, her outro will still be the outro of support. Her outro will still buff basic attack and havoc damage bonus. So why would you want to turn her into a DPS? I guess for the fun of it. If you have $1,000 laying around, I can see it, but otherwise, don't do something like that. In terms of teams, you are looking obviously for Camellia. She is the best DPS for Roccia, and the other one is Rover. Both of them are the Havoc element and are also dealing most of their damage through basic attack. Another option as a DPS for Roccia is Danjin, because, well, while she does not deal the damage through her basic attacks, but through Liberation and Heavy Attack, she is the Havoc damage dealer, and she does not have any other options. So there you have it, the Danjin mains. Outside of that, you can also use Roccia with Anchor or Alto, or I don't have him, but Yang Yang, since they are all basic attack users. But honestly, at that point, you should use Sanhua instead of Roccia, because her buff is a lot bigger, because it does not come with Havoc damage amplification. If you are using Roccia in the tower or somewhere where you can use her intro without being too bothered by it, then her combo is intro into basic attack, into skill, into 3 Mamma Mia's, and followed by Liberation, and end it all with the echo and changing to another character. If you are using Roccia in the overworld, then her combo changes. You start with the charge attack, just to get all that imagination out, into 3 Mamma Mia's, then you will put everyone with her skill into another Mamma Mia, and then you'll use her Liberation if you have it. Okay, let's start the showcase. The enemies on this floor have Havoc resistance reduced, but that's pretty much the only buff this team will receive. There is no coordinated attack, so I am not getting anything out of that. Let's just get started. It will take like 5 minutes for the Shorekeeper to have the outro ready. It's pretty... This is how they make sure they don't powercreep very nice. Shorekeeper, then into Roccia, intro, basic, skill, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia. Pretty nice, right? Liberation and Echo. Then switching to Camille and doing the rotation to... I need to check how much damage here. I used the skill too early. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. The pulse though, it is basically no damage. Just 5 damage, that's actually pathetic. But it's used for utility, not for actual DPS. So it's fine. It's fine. Roccia. Basic. Okay, that's an issue, right? That's an issue with her. Her animations are so long that some bosses that are hyper aggressive will simply interrupt her. And when she's interrupted, it takes so long to get everything going back. Using again the box just for emotional damage. Okay. How much damage we are looking? 172,000. You know, this Camille is an F2P Camille. I don't have signature, so that's not bad. I missed the Shopkeeper's intro. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. What will be a showcase without some skill issues, alright? Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia. 140% energy regen, as I said, it's a little too much. In my opinion, 130% is what you should be aiming for. I forgot that I did not use the skill rotation. I keep forgetting that this is a skill issue for my Camille rotation. But I think it should still be fine. Yeah, 183,000. And done. With 10 seconds to spare in a floor where you basically have no buff. Not bad, right? But let's be honest, Roccia's power is not in the tower of adversity, as the mobs are mostly single target, so she provides little over somebody like Sanhua. Her true power is here, in events like the pincer maneuver or in farming echoes, where she can simply group all enemies up, where her box shines the most, and she's insanely fun. Just look at this. Her with Camille, they are a true grinder. Like, look, everyone knows that echo farming is the true end game in Wuthering games, okay? So for me, any character that is able to make my life easier while doing that is pretty much invaluable. I don't know about you, but being able to reduce farming from 2 hours per day to 1 hour and a half it is insane, right? Just look at this grouping. Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia. Grouping everyone, hitting them, and then improvising everything, it's absolutely amazing. It feels insane. Camille is my most used resonator, and it's not because it's my most powerful, because she's not. I don't have her signature weapon. My most powerful right now is Carlotta, and the second most powerful is Jinshi. But I barely use them. I only bring them out for tower because, as I said, they are pretty bad for echo farming. Jinshi requiring her intro, and Carlotta pretty much the same, needing her liberation to deal most of her damage. But yeah, look just how easy it is. What is your opinion about Roccia so far? Did you pull for her, or you are saving up for Phoebe? Honestly, if I did not have a currency left around, I would probably have done that too. Please let me know in the comment down below. Until next time, have a wonderful day and bye!